Alright, just to save time, I'm not going to bother playing Rob's video. I'm just going to get to the point and, yeah, just save time. So look, I made a mistake in the last video with the math. I fucked it all up. There hasn't been a really good website that I've been able to find. A previous one I did have, for the last time we had this argument, was some Canadian website. And they quoted $11, I think, for 1,000 cigarettes. There's a quote here from, Terra, the holding company for Philip Morris, of $16.40 for 1,000 cigarettes, which comes out to whatever, $3.30 or something like that per carton. Okay, that would be the production cost, and then you would add double that for marketing, and you come out to my 60 cents a pack number. Alright, the more important one, we'll get to the CDC website that he linked to. So I happened to have gone to this before I watched his video, just as I went through his old links, and I said, well, this demonstrates my point. So in 1970, cigarettes cost 38 cents. I paid less than that because I bought them by the carton. But anyway, so 38 cents, and 18 cents of that was taxes, which is really high. Didn't realize the tax was still that high even back then. But obviously 18 cents in those dollars is less money than $2 now, in the sense that percentage of, it's a higher percentage, but it's only like, you're still, a quarter is a quarter, even back then, and $2 is $2. But anyway, and so, yeah, so the real production cost with marketing and profit was 20 cents a pack. And so if you do the same math, you just minus out the tax, you come up with $3.24 currently. So you have a 1,500% difference. Now I'm arguing, rationally I think, that you can expect that most commodities have doubled or tripled in price. So you could take that 20-cent number and double it and triple it. You'd still at tripled, you get 60 cents a pack, which is quite consistent with this quote of $16.40 for the production cost, because that would mean they would sell the product for twice that price, which is normal markup, and for profit and marketing, and that would give you a number of 60 cents a pack. So these two at least confirm each other. So the CDC website, in my opinion, is pretty obvious proof that this difference of $3.24 versus 20 cents is fees and other government intervention. This number should be 60 cents, which would be a 300% increase. That would be inflation, 300%. Inflation hasn't been 1,500%. Alright, so quite obviously, the substance of the difference in the price is all about fees the government is imposing. Alright, I don't think he said anything else that needs to be addressed. I mean, there's, I'm just saying, the argument is just that simple. I just don't know if somebody can come up with a real number for what the free market price of a pack of cigarettes would be without government intervention. That would be appreciated. But I don't think it's going to be anything over the numbers I've guesstimated here of 60 or 70 cents a pack. There's no justification. Like I said, this number isn't even accurate, in the sense they probably are going by state rather than by where the sales are. Because most of the states where most of the cigarettes are sold, I think the price is much higher than this. New York and California, for example. So this number is probably not even accurate. But again, this is the important number. It's their contention that that's the real market change in the price of cigarettes, from 20 cents to $3.24, and that's consistent with inflation. And obviously it's not. So obviously there's a lot more in there than just the stated explicit taxes, and there's lots of other fees that have been imposed on the production of tobacco, and that was always my point. And we stated my point. I brought up the lawsuit with the fucking, the settlement, and they've also been playing games since the 70s in terms of subsidies and taxes on growers. So there's lots of manipulation of the price of cigarettes. And there's no argument to be made here. It's just there isn't. There's no way this is a reasonably taxed commodity. And if other things like alcohol and fattening food, if I was to impose the same percentage tax on those commodities, you'd know what the fuck I was talking about then, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would. So I don't know. Is there anything really? I mean, to have to argue something I've lived and experienced through my life is just idiotic. When I was smoking cigarettes as a kid, I obviously wasn't spending as much on cigarettes as it would have cost to heat my house per month. You know, it's, you know. Obviously, the gas prices haven't gone up as much as, you know, cigarettes. So anyway, I think that's all there is to say here. There's nothing, this is way more than enough bullshit. Yeah. Oh, he brought up Cuba again, and again, my argument with Cuba is just the fact that I don't think their domestic price for tobacco is the same as what it costs to smoke imported cigarettes. So I think that's the difference there. And oh yeah, it has to be remembered too that there's sales tax on here. So when they tax these cigarettes, they impose the sales tax here in New Jersey, and you end up paying tax on taxes. So you know that inflation is also important because you're paying a lot of sales tax on taxes. So anyway, 1,500. You know, just leave it there for a minute. Yeah. Anyway, so till next time and such. Yeah, that's it. I think the argument's been made. Cigarettes are really expensive, and they're really expensive because the government has made them really expensive. Fact.